nice as well.
Bruh, you just not needing me to be in the paint, fam.
Hey,
when I'm in that paint, you know me, I'm a problem in the paint, you know.
We'll see tomorrow. Now you took
I'm just saying, like,
Tinks.
Alright, what's this one? Lamar Jackson.
yeah.
Is he the best QB in
Is
there?
Lamar Jackson good in the NFL? X and O's podcast presented by 4 amateur bums that couldn't run a 5.5 if they tried their best.
4. Oh, yo, welcome back to another episode of the X's and O's podcast. Now, zing. In the building, we got myself, Mr. Selenkay. Got the Bronze Bomber. Got Bam Bam. And we got your voice of reason.
Well, go on, people.
Yo, what's happening, guys? How's everyone feeling? Good?
Surviving, man. Surviving.
Hot heat, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The heat has been mad.
It has been
Heat
so
has been
hot,
mad,
bro.
but we're semi coming out of lockdown a little bit, so.
Don't jinx it, man.
Huh?
Don't jinx
Where's
it.
the wood?
I don't think.
Where's the wood?
Don't jinx it.
I'm confident, man. I'm confident.
Like yesterday, I don't even talk about it. Fuck that. I forget COVID. I'm not even talk about it. Anyway, let's move on, man. NFL top 100, bruv.
Yeah.
What a shambles of a list.
Why?
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
First thing, and this is not even just being a Patriots fan. Julian Edelman is one of the best slot receivers in the league, no cap. And for him to get number 101 on the list,
Yeah, but he's not been as productive though.
bruv, Julian Edelman is one of the best
Yeah,
slot receivers
I agree,
in the league.
but not last season.
Bruv, Julian Edelman is
Yes.
one of the best slot receivers
agree,
in the
but
league.
not last
if
season.
JJ Watt can consecutively get the top 20 in the top 20 with being injured, there's no reason that Julian Edelman.
I'm glad you said that actually, because I don't agree with that either. JJ Watt has been, I think sometimes people, and this is by the way, these are the
Based on
players
name,
voting. Remember, these are the players voting, not the league or fans. These are the players, and I think a lot of the players put guys in there based on like respect and their devotion to the game. Like JJ Watt has been injured for time, bruv, and he's nowhere near as lit as he used to be. That's not saying he's not good, because he is, but he's not the same player. And it happens. Guys get older, they get hurt. You slowly downfall. It happens. It's not a secret. It's a fact. So the fact that he's I think, let me check. We've got the list here, but he's obviously always voted
in the
him.
top 20.
He's always voted in the top 20.
I'm not sure if he was in the top 20 this year.
Well, it just goes to show, like, sometimes you just think, well, should that person be that high?
Nope.
But again, it's all down to what these players think and feel, innit? Like, again, we're going to talk about Lamar Jackson because he's obviously voted number 1. And last year it was Aaron Donald, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of debate about why Mahomes was number 2 or number 3? Russell Wilson was number 3. And Mahomes is Russell Wilson's number 2. Mahomes is number 4 behind Aaron Donald. And a lot of people are going, well, Mahomes won the Super Bowl, so why is he not number 1?
Yeah. He didn't just win a Super Bowl. He was the Super Bowl
MVP.
Yeah, and MVP. I understand
and
that.
the comeback win.
And the comeback. And he did that. I think he did that in the game before the Super Bowl as well,
AFC,
whichever game it was.
against
AFC. But some people were saying because he won the Super Bowl, he had the season that he had, that he should be number 1. I don't automatically think if you win the Super Bowl, you've got to be number 1.
100%.
It helps though.
Of course it does. Yeah, definitely.
Let's Super Bowl is the ultimate goal. Yeah?
Yes, correct.
And being Super Bowl MVP, is like getting the golden boot.
That's it. It's not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it is, really, really. But let's talk about Mahomes as a QB. Mahomes, is the best QB in the league right now. No cap.
I agree.
And I'm not talking about mobile QB. I'm talking about complete QB. Mahomes is the best. Mahomes is, let me tell you what Mahomes is. Mahomes is what Andrew Luck should have been. When Andrew Luck came out of college, came out of Stanford, everyone was like, oh yeah, he's going to be the best, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know he got injured and whatnot and he's retired. But Mahomes, to win the Super Bowl in your second season, who has done that? Minus Russell Wilson.
I don't know.
There's not been a lot that have done that. Tom Brady, I think. Minus, was it Tom Brady? I think Tom Brady was over. I know it was in his first 5 seasons that he won it. Yeah.
I don't keep Patriot stats in my head. Sorry.
We can fight, you know. Right now we can fight. Yeah. Because Lamar Jackson is 0-2 in playoffs. So for him to get number 1 on that list is absurd to me. And don't get me wrong, Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal QB.
He's nice.
I've seen him out-juke 11 men. I've seen him put the whole What team was it that he put in the blender?
Cincinnati Bengals.
He put the whole of Cincinnati in a blender.
It was absolutely
and
mad.
served them up like
To eat themselves, bro.
one pure water in Nigeria on the road. Yeah,
It was absolutely mad.
I've
bro.
seen him do that.
Yeah.
But I ain't seen him make them no hand, no looking sidearm dashes that Mahomes was
do,
making
yeah.
to Travis
I agree with
Kelce.
that.
You know, even pay me more, yeah. Lamar Jackson's nice, but if you're asking me who are the best quarterbacks in the league, I'm telling you Mahomes and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So
At the
for
moment,
Lamar to be number one, for me, it was like, you're saying that because you like how he looks,
You
like how he
like
plays.
his story,
He's
his play, yeah,
entertaining.
that's it. Like his entertainment factor. Yes, his output has been really good,
Amazing.
but as a QB, I'm like, do you know what I mean? Like, yes, the scrambling thing's nice, but for me, that's not just what a QB does.
No.
And if you're telling me, okay, Mahomes can't do some of the things that Lamar Jackson
Which
can
he
do,
can't, obviously.
Russell Wilson can.
Yeah.
We've seen this guy not only extend plays, we've seen this guy scramble. He's a brilliant scrambler, and he's got one of the best arms in the league. So if you're telling me, I shouldn't even be Mahomes, even though he was a Super Bowl MVP, you have to be looking at Russell Wilson over Lamar Jackson, in my opinion. And that's why I was thinking, like, from an NA, the guy wasn't even on the list last season to number one.
Yeah.
One, that's a massive jump, and two's like, damn, like, you're doing some of your boys dirty, man.
This whole list is just
Again, it's done by the players.
no, but it's just awful. Like for me, Julio Jones is the best wide receiver in the league. Yeah,
And I can see why he's not as high as you think he should be.
Boy.
If that's what you're going to
Julio
say.
Jones, is number.
I think you're doing Matt Thomas dirty, though.
But let's look at Mike
see,
Thomas.
this is the
Mike
go
Thomas.
on.
Mike Thomas. Yeah, the only reason why he's rated so high, for me, in my opinion, is because he's got the receptions. That's it.
And he's got the record for
Receptions.
receptions.
So that's it. Julio Jones, has been put on defense and made tackles on defense
Consistent as well.
consistently. I ain't seen Mike Thomas do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I agree
Julio
with you.
Jones is the best and he's been the best wide receiver
I agree.
for a long time. And if you don't even want to agree with that, D-Hop,
Yeah, I was going to say that you're also doing D-Hop dirty.
you're
but-
doing D-Hop dirty.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to agree with that, you're doing Mike Evans dirty.
Nah,
Yeah?
not Mike Evans. I like Mike
you
Evans,
are.
he's nice.
And then, okay, you don't want to agree with that. Keenan Allen.
He's underrated, I think. Underrated. Let's go for the top.
Don't want to
let's-
agree with that. Tyreek
let's-
Hill.
Let's go through the actual
I
top
think
10. Let's
Those
go for the top
wide
10.
receivers that
I
I've
hear what you're
mentioned
saying, yeah.
are all, in my opinion, better than Mike Thomas. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Mike Thomas is nice.
Yeah.
Mike Thomas is nice.
He's just not consistent.
But I'd rather
Not
have
like
it.
that
I'll
season.
put D-Hop over Mike Thomas.
I would.
I'll put
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill over Mike Thomas.
I think I'd only put D-Hop over Matt Thomas, in my opinion.
I'd put
D-Hop.
I'd put.
Tyreek Hill, Julio over Mike Thomas.
You also have to actually hold on before we get into it. Let's go through the top 10.
Let's go through the
There's a lot
top
to talk
10.
about.
Let's
So
go
Lamar's
from-
obviously number one.
Yeah.
You got Russell number two. Russell Wilson, that is.
Spoke about him.
Quarterback for the Seahawks. Aaron Donald number three.
You know what, yeah? That guy deserves his props.
He's
man.
just something else.
Aaron
He's something
Donald.
else. Aaron Donald is
Aaron
something
Donald
else.
is lightweight. Did you not see what Joseph Tooney did to him in?
Man said light work.
Bruv, did you
No,
not
but
see what
it's-
Joseph Tooney did to him in the Super Bowl?
Hold on. We'll come back to
Bruv,
that.
Joseph
We'll come back.
Tooney,
head
one-on-one
hurts,
with
man.
Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald did not get a sack in the Super Bowl. Did not get one sack in the Super Bowl. Joseph Tooney, New England Patriots.
You're making it sound like it was just him, fam.
It was just him.
It wasn't, bro.
Bruv, it was just,
hold on, we'll
I've
come back
seen-
to that.
I've
We'll
seen-
come back,
I've
we'll come
seen
back.
the tape.
Four
Just
is
wait,
Mahomes.
hold on. Before you continue, because I'm gonna back my Patriots because you man don't put
course
no
you are.
respect. Put respect. Joseph Tooney, and I will send the highlight tape in. He's handled Aaron Donald
I need to see that
one-on-one all game.
I need to see that.
He obviously did his research, bruv.
And,
innit?
and
He knew-
Aaron, you even heard Aaron Donald say, "I should have had that one. I should have had that one, man. It was one-on-one. It was my opportunity, and he didn't."
Fair enough. In fact, I'll go through. I want to go back and start again because I want to tell you where they were last year, where they were ranked.
Yeah.
So Lamar wasn't ranked last year.
wasn't ranked at all, yeah.
Number one now. Russell Wilson was 25, ranked last year. He's now number two. Aaron Donald was ranked number one last year. He's
As it
now
should
number
have
three.
been, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes was ranked 4 last year. He's number 4 again. So that's interesting. That's interesting.
Come on, man.
Actually, that's interesting.
Why they
When you
doing
look
him
at
dirty?
when you look at it like that, that's interesting. Michael Thomas was number 13, and he wears number 13 actually, and he's number 5 this year.
Yeah.
McCaffrey was 42 last year. He's now number 6.
Yeah. Props.
Kittle was
Even then-
29. He's now number 7. D-Hop was 11. He's now number 8. That's DeAndre Hopkins. Stephon Gilmore was 22 last year, number 9, and I got a bone to pick with that one as
He had
well.
a good season though.
He
Really
did.
good season.
But that's the thing, like Mike Thomas as well. That's the same sort of thing. Derrick Henry was 99.
Yeah.
Derrick
number-
Henry.
I can see. I
And
can
now-
see.
and he's now
why he
and
was-
he's
I
now
can see
number
why
10.
he's 99,
Yeah,
bro.
he's now number 10.
This is another question.
It's
How are they ranking running
yeah.
backs? Because Derrick Henry had the most rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a
running
rushing-
back
he's the
last-
king, yeah.
He was, and he had the most rush yards, I believe it or not. So how is Christian McCaffrey rated higher?
Because Christian
Look at
McCaffrey
what-
was so dynamic. man.
Look at the skill set, and this is the argument you can do for so many different people. The skill set of Christian McCaffrey is unmatched by.
It is.
The closest person will probably be like Alvin Kamara. Well, he's not been.
But
playing
what do you want
that
from your
well.
running back? Do you want a skill set? Or
Depends
do
on
you
your
want
A little
scheme.
bit of both.
Depends on your scheme. Because
Okay.
Derrick Henry, they don't want to pass him back, catch him back, do they? He can't really
Derrick Henry
catch
can
him. Well, he
catch.
can be, but he's not great at it.
If you've seen his Alabama highlights,
But he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it much at all. He's a stretch player up the middle.
Derrick Henry is a 6'3", 260-pound running back. Yeah.
You have to utilize his skill set, and that's not.
As quoted by NFL player, he's a D-line playing running back with hands like a receiver.
I know.
That's mad, you know.
He's a workhorse, but it takes time for him to get going.
Yes,
It didn't last season.
you need to keep.
mean,
No,
when
you
they-
need
beginning of
to
the-
keep feeding
They
him, man.
struggled in the beginning.
Yeah, they did struggle.
You need to
with
keep
it.
Man,
feeding him.
they still got to the AFC title game.
No,
I know, but he's not.
They
He's
beat the
not
Patriots.
if you look at Derrick Henry and McCaffrey, you can give McCaffrey first touch of the game and he's gone for a touchdown.
He's gone.
That's not necessarily the case with
But Derrick Henry can do it.
He can, of course, no doubt
Derrick
he can do
Henry-
it. He can do it.
Let me check.
He can
I'm
definitely
sure-
do
I'm
it. But
sure Derrick
he's
Henry-
someone. He's someone you need to feed the ball to.
Yeah.
I don't
Couple
want to say that
times.
myself. Like
Yeah.
he's someone.
Christian
you just need
McCaffrey's
to keep.
got more highlight plays
Yeah,
than him.
yeah, and I guess you can compare that to the whole why Lamar's number one, because if we're looking at it from that, and remember these are the players that are voting, right? It's not fans and it's not managers or GMs. It's the players, right? Lamar is very, very, very entertaining to watch. As is Christian McCaffrey, very, very entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Not saying Mahomes isn't, but if you compare Mahomes and if you compare anybody to Lamar, apart from maybe Russell Wilson, maybe Mahomes as well. Not boring, but they're not on the same level in terms of entertainment. They haven't got that factor.
Yeah,
I want to put that on the
this
CM2.
shouldn't be about
You know
entertainment.
But
what's
it's
funny?
not exactly.
You know what's funny? Both McCaffrey and Derrick Henry's longest touchdowns both came against Jaguars.
Well, that tells you something.
McCaffrey's
he's
was
done it.
84 and Derrick Henry's was 99.
And he's done it twice for the Jags, not the same distance, but it shouldn't be about entertainment. But it goes to show what the players are looking at when they're voting. Because, for example, Chandler Jones, who I think was number 15 this year, wasn't
Most
even on the
sacks.
wasn't on the was he not? He wasn't on the list last year. I don't
Yeah, I
believe.
swear he had the most sacks.
Exactly, and it's only now they're going, well, now they're giving him recognition. But again, it's the players are obviously looking at it one way or another, and it's all opinions, isn't it? Like,
It is
so
all
really,
opinion, but
And
it's
his opinions are media, man. Like
exactly
bogus.
that.
the guy that you see most on Red Zone or NFL Network is like, for example, Stephon Gilmore. Yeah, for me, he should have been
He's sick,
semi
bro.
this high from last season, but now it's a case of actually hold on. Like receivers are talking about this
Exactly.
this guy. We need to put some respect on his name and push him up higher the list. So
I feel like just like you said, like when you watch, or you look for highlights and stuff, or you look in the NFL news, you're always going to find Lamar's name because he's exciting to watch. You go back to his
Michael
high school
Vick
games, bro.
2.0.
Michael, exactly. These guys are electrifying, so it gives the media something to talk about. So if that's the case, their name's going to be almost not brainwashing, but it's almost like subconscious for you to say Lamar's number
You
one.
just said something. Have you man ever seen that clip here of the quarterback that's
Yep.
running? Yeah,
And he
goes
back,
up, he steps back,
and the guy just falls.
You know
in
that's
front of
Lamar
him.
Jackson.
And I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that was
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson
yeah.
until like recently.
I don't know if
bro.
is that even high school maybe?
High school.
Yeah, he's
That's
running
Lamar
running towards the corner of the end
just
zone.
left,
He
yeah.
just stops like
Really?
literally like MJ.
Yeah, and he's like,
Yeah,
and he
stops,
walks off.
pinpoint on his toes, and the guy just falls in front of him, and he walks into the end zone, and that's Lamar.
That's
I was
Lamar
talking-
Jackson.
And that's
So-
how he plays now.
I was talking to Paris and Montel last week, and funny enough, we mentioned that video, but colleges are caught in if these guys, NFL teams are caught in if these guys from that age. So I'm not surprised that the guys come here and he's doing things like that because he knows is what the league have been looking for
like OBJ.
for time. Yeah, OBJ is another example.
That's a good point.
They knew of these guys from when they were like 16. So there's some guys lucky enough to be like, we're going to be looking at you guys. NFL teams are thinking, we need this guy. This guy's already famous. So by the time he comes, he's just going to add more of a media presence. And I think that's why Ravens put so much time and effort into him because Lamar's first year, I think everyone was thinking, damn, yo, what is going to happen here?
Second year was a disaster too.
You think it was a disaster?
0-2 in the playoffs.
That doesn't
Yeah, but coming off the back of this,
Joe Flacco.
coming from off the back of the season,
Joe
and off the
Flacco's
back
got
of the
a
season
Super
that
Bowl.
he had, he shouldn't have even been in the playoffs in the first place, in my opinion. So
But he's got weapons around him.
who Lamar.
As long as
What,
we
you
can beat
got
the
Mark-
Patriots, it's always looking.
But when was the last time you won a Super Bowl? Let's not
Mad.
even.
No,
look,
but-
Emeka.
But the
Let's
Patriots don't
say,
have a-
listen,
you don't have a QB.
me and you will have our own private,
No
yeah,
problem.
and we'll talk about Patriots and Ravens, yeah, and we'll do all the comparisons. We'll save that to another day. Let's stay relevant to this. We look at this NFL Top 100 list. Don't get me wrong. Everyone on that list deserves to be on that list.
100%, they all deserve to be there.
The order that is in is always going to be questionable.
Always,
Because
every year.
as you say, it's opinions, media. Who's like you hear more Aaron Donald than you do of Dietrich Wise. You hear
Yes,
more
exactly.
flipping. As of recent, let's not. But you heard more about Jalen Ramsey than you did about Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah,
100%,
and
yeah.
Gilmore was always consistent.
You heard about even when Gilmore was at the Bills, he was always the number one corner.
Yeah.
You heard more. You hear more about Christian McCaffrey than you do of.
Derrick Henry.
No, not even Derrick Henry. That's a bad example. James White, for instance.
Yeah, enough for you.
Don't get me wrong, Christian McCaffrey. But it's all situational because I don't even want to say he's better
Then who?
Than
James White because
No, he's better than
situations.
James White.
It's better than
I'm not saying he's not.
But-
I'm not saying he's not. But situations,
Mm.
like let's say for instance, and I use Patriots because I watch a lot of Patriots highlights. Let's say for instance, would Christian McCaffrey be able to score 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl? We don't know because it hasn't happened. That's why I say it's all situational.
That's true, yeah.
Would Lamar Jackson?
Did he
if
score
got
4?
4
Jesus, is that when they
when they
came back from the
Falcons? Would Lamar Jackson be able to do what
Mahomes did.
Mahomes did and come back from 20 to 10?
Yeah, that's actually a
that's
man.
not
When you deep it, and especially the fact that Mahomes was ranked number 4 last year, and he's
Yeah,
ranked number 4 again.
and he was ranked number 4 last year, and it was his highlight year. It was his come out year.
When was the
Bruv.
knee injury? Last season or season
Season
before?
before, season
Right,
before.
so it was
Because
like
even in the game, that AFC playoff game, not last year, the year before, where Patriots beat them. But that was I think that's one of the most high scoring AFC champions.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
47, 43-37.
And he was even doing things with his feet in that game as well.
Mahomes was in his bag. Mahomes, Brady looked scared. And I'm sure that's why Brady has gone to the NFC because he knows that he can't beat
Back
Mahomes.
with him as well.
He can't beat Mahomes.
No, he could-
Even
well,
last year, like I know we beat them, but Brady was scared. And that's why he's gone to the NFC because there's no competition with him quarterback-wise in the NFC.
Absolutely mad.
It's just, bruv, if I'm wrong, then obviously this is a
I feel
heavily opinionated.
Yeah.
But for Mahomes to be ranked number 4 last year
Yeah.
and number 4 this year, bear in mind last year he didn't win NFL Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He didn't win MVP in the Super Bowl or did win the Super Bowl, and this year he did. Is a big cop-out.
But at the same time, and we're gonna go through 90 down to 81 as well. And I think something to remember is, Mahomes was 4 last year. He's 4 this year. He won a Super Bowl, MVP, etc. All that. Going to Disney, well, probably not now, but yeah. You have to also take into consideration what the players do, what the other players that are above and below him
100%.
do as well.
I agree.
So
But what's bigger than winning?
I was going to say, this is the thing. So at
Has
that
Lamar
point,
done enough?
to
outweigh-
exactly. That's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
think
So
so.
at that point, it's kind of iffy. Like, do you go, well, has Lamar done enough to justify being number 1, or is it just because I like his skill set or his skill play, or it's cool, or has? Do you know what I mean? You just have to be considerate. Well, I say we, the players, have to be considerate of what the other ballers do around them. But let's jump to the 90 to 81 as well, because this is interesting. Kyler Murray's in at 90.
Who?
Kyler Murray.
That
What
one
has
was a
he
big
really done?
disrespect.
Kyler Murray is
That
in
was
at
a
90.
big
So
disrespect.
you think he should be
Really?
lower or higher?
You shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray shouldn't be on the list.
I
Who led
agree.
the league in passing yards?
Huh?
Which QB led the league?
It was either Russell Wilson or
Probably Russell Wilson.
No,
you know.
you're gonna laugh.
James
It's
Winston.
not that.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, but he had the most interceptions as well. Didn't
Most interceptions, most touchdowns, most interceptions. I think it was 33, and he had the most passing yards.
Mad.
Do you know what's funny about him as well? He also had, I know he also had the highest stat for picks that should have, for passes that should have been intercepted.
Yeah,
So he was
yeah,
already
yeah.
at 50-50. So he
Yeah.
should have been in negative.
Yeah, it was Jameis Winston, 319 per game, then Stafford, then Dak Prescott, funny enough.
I was gonna Cowboys had the most offensive yards. didn't they?
Offensive yards
which
was
we
the
didn't know.
one,
Yeah, which you didn't know about. So Kyler Murray's at number 90. He wasn't ranked last year, obviously.
Shouldn't be on the
He
list.
shouldn't be on the list.
Right.
How is Kyler Murray?
Cup's
Kyler-
9.
Huh? Cooper Cup was injured for
Cup's
a long
good.
time.
Cooper
Yeah,
Cup
but
is-
how is he above?
Above who?
Have we said we haven't mentioned D-Hop yet, have we?
Yeah,
top
D-Hop
I
was
was about to
top
say.
20.
Okay, so Kyler Murray's 89. He was not ranked last year. He had quite
I like
quite a
Kyler
bad
Cup.
injury.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Jalen Smith is 88.
Who?
Jalen Smith,
Linebacker.
linebacker for the Cowboys, and he
Cowboys.
was 60. He was 66.
But Cowboys never had a great season, to be
Well,
fair.
and Josh Allen is 87. He wasn't ranked
Josh
last year.
Allen. Yeah,
I think he's.
I like him.
is a very good QB. and I think he has the most powerful arm in the NFL.
And now he's got Stefan
But
Diggs
now,
as well.
yeah, but he overthrows his receivers. He consistently overthrows his
Something he
receivers.
needs to work on, obviously, but you know he can do it.
So I think that's I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Josh
then
If
you
we're
got-
looking at quarterbacks, I'm not sure how many quarterbacks are on the list, but if
Carolina's
Huh?
QB. Josh
Who?
Allen.
Bills quarterback,
Bills, okay.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
I
yeah.
think if you-
Oh, you're
if
talking about the other Allen. Yeah.
I think if you're looking at quarterbacks, then that's a fair. I think there's only like
There's
8
not
or
that
nine.
many, yeah. I can't
So
remember
I think
how many,
if he's
but-
in the lower end of the quarterbacks in the league, that's fair. Carry on.
Who? Josh Allen. Yeah.
So you got so Josh Allen is 87, unranked last year. Marlon Humphrey, 86 for the
Quarterback.
Ravens. Yeah,
Raven, yeah.
First time on the list debut.
Makes sense.
Wasn't
Yeah,
ranked
that's
last
fair.
year. Zach Ertz, interesting, was 40 last year. He's number
You know,
85.
once upon a time, Zach Ertz was the best tight
Yeah,
end in
of
the
course.
league.
Yeah, but people
Yeah.
just catch up
But
on it.
that, yeah, you
But
got
now
Goddard.
you got
yeah.
Kittle and
Yeah.
Kelsey.
And he's obviously
And then obviously
sharing
Gronk
stats
is
with
coming
Dallas
back.
Goddard as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you got Cameron Hayward, 84, but he was ranked 88 last year for the
That's
Pittsburgh
a fair
Steelers,
jump.
defensive tackle. Then you got Eric Kendricks, who was 80. He wasn't ranked last year. He's number 83 for the Minnesota Vikings, middle linebacker. Didn't have his best year in 2019, but still a good season. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Ryan Ramczyk.
Ryan Ramczyk, yeah, offensive tackle, 82.
I
Wasn't
like
ranked
him a
last
lot,
year.
man.
DK Metcalf is 81.
I think he should have been higher.
No, that's fair. It's his first season.
I don't
Actually,
think
no,
so. I think-
81,
I think
innit? Not
81 's
91.
fair.
81
Yeah,
is
81
fair.
seems
Even
about
to
right.
get on a list in your first
Yeah,
year. is
81
like-
seems
kind
about
of
right.
calculated.
Didn't that DN from what's it? Get on there. The new what's his name? San Francisco? No,
Forrest Buckner.
no.
Butner is on there. He's 50 something.
Defensive
I think.
tackle.
Bosa.
Boza, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
on
top.
there.
He'll be on there.
He's top 20.
What's your
I'm sure.
opinion on
Okay.
not the other Bosa, not
Nick,
no Joey,
Joey?
because I don't feel like he's lived up to his expectations.
But at San Diego,
Yeah,
yes, he has.
you think
Yes.
Yes, he has.
he's on the list?
He's
Go find him.
sick.
Hold on.
His brother's better.
Yes, this is
You
what I was
think Joey's
getting at.
better?
I
Yeah.
think Joey's
no,
better.
I think you mean Nick is better.
Who's
talking about
at
for
San
40
Francisco?
Nick
Nick,
Bosa.
I think Nick is better
I
than
agree with
Joey,
you. I agree
but
with
Joey
you.
is still a beast.
I agree with you
I
there.
think they're both sick, you know.
No, I
just
think Nick
they're
is
both
definitely.
sick.
I think Nick is definitely better.
You know what would be good if they were on the same team? It's
Yeah,
like
that would
JJ.
be.
If JJ Watt and TJ
Like
Watt
the
were on the
Pats,
same
man,
team,
fam.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, brothers.
I like TJ Watt as well.
I
To be
know.
fair.
TJ Watt is better than JJ.
I don't think.
Right
I don't
now,
think
yeah.
TJ's on the list because they were talking
Wouldn't
about
surprise
snubs,
me.
innit? They were talking about guys who've been snubbed. I don't
TJ
think.
Watt
Yeah, I
for the
don't think TJ Watt's
Steelers,
on the list.
yeah, has made that Steelers defense come
Yeah,
alive again.
Changed it.
Yeah.
Because since Polamalu retired, since
Yeah, that it factor.
James
who
Harrison
went to the
retired,
Pats.
yeah, they really didn't have they
Weapon.
That
didn't have
guy,
that
yeah.
weapon on the defense.
To unleash. Yeah.
TJ Watt, yeah, I've seen TJ Watt shed off guys that
I
are
like
so
him
much
a lot,
bigger than
yeah.
him. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I
But-
think you know who's a big.
Snub. or,
I already said my snub, Julian Edelman.
oh yeah, go on.
I think the most disrespected person on that whole list, if I'm being honest,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, who I take it or leave it, who shouldn't have been as high as they are, Tom Brady.
What was he down
What
as?
number is he?
So
I think
I've
he
got-
was at number 7 or 8.
Right.
Tom
I've
Brady
got-
wasn't
No,
top
Tom
10.
Brady's not. He's not
Oh,
top 10.
14. I think it was number 14.
So I've got 11 to 20 here. So we'll go through that quickly as well.
I don't think he should have been that high.
And after that, can we find out where Saquon was as well?
Yeah. So we got 11 was Julio Jones.
I think that's fair. I think-
No,
I
should have
think
been.
that's
I
fair.
think
should have been.
the thing is,
Julio Jones is the best.
I think the
receiver
issue
in
is, you
league,
know
man.
what these guys can do, but when you don't necessarily see it for whatever quarterback play or whatever, you sort of, I think players sort of
It's the
reserve
hype.
their.
What's he done since he did that
No.
300-yard game?
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
what I'm saying,
the
yeah.
thing-
He's done
you
it
can
for-
say that about anyone
I know.
because
But it's, I think
the thing is, the thing is, yeah, because Falcons got to the Super Bowl and haven't been back to the playoffs.
do you feel like
Oh,
you've
we're not
forgotten- do
talking
you feel
about
like you've
Julio.
forgotten
Jones.
about.
We're not talking about Julio Jones. But then why is Lamar number 1? Because he's 0-2 in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he had an electric season. last
Did.
season.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he didn't.
He had a
But
brilliant
Julio
season.
Jones is the best receiver in the league by far.
I don't think
There's
so,
not
man.
Again,
many-
that's
I don't
opinions.
think so.
That's
There's
opinions.
not many
no-
people who do what Julio Jones
He's very.
does.
He's a complete. Yeah, I know what
and
you mean.
as consistently as
Yeah,
he does.
I know what
Julio
you mean.
Jones is until Falcons got Calvin Ridley. Yes, they had Taylor Gabriel.
Yeah,
Yes, I know they had that, but he's always been their number 1 since he's been there. Since the
He is
day
the
he
guy.
arrived from
But
Alabama.
remember though, he went through a touchdown dry spell where he wasn't
He
scoring
did.
nothing.
Yes, I know,
But that doesn't. Yeah,
but that's not him. That's not
No,
on
yeah,
him.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
So
not
like,
him because
there are
if
guys.
if he was on another team,
Yes,
then I'm
exactly.
sure he could still be the number 1 receiver.
Exactly, that's what I mean. There are some guys
As
on the
far as I'm
list where
concerned, the best in our generation, the best QB or the QB receiver not to have played last season Antonio Brown.
That guy's washed, man.
No, it's not washed.
No,
Brown's
not
fact.
like that.
As in, like, it's
Our
not-
generation.
not-
you
not-
can't,
not- not
you
his
can't even
ability.
say nothing about
Our
that.
generation.
Antonio Brown
It's a shame, man.
to not have played last season. Still,
Brown.
He's got himself to blame.
You know what though? To back up what Bam is saying, yeah, Julio Jones, yeah, even till now is putting up 92 yards per game.
Exactly.
That is insane.
Julio Jones is the. I don't even look. If you know, you know, and that's what I'm gonna say.
The only
But
thing
there's
that's
a-
letting him down is
He's a
his
baller.
TDs. Only
No,
six.
well,
only
it's
he's
because of
six
Matt Ryan.
TDs.
It's not him. Because of Matt. If Julio Jones, this is a fact. Yeah. If Julio Jones
With another
went
team.
to any other team, yeah, any other team, and when I say any other team, I mean a playoff team. So if he went Patriots,
Contender.
I keep on touching the thing. Sorry. If he went Patriots, Ravens, Chiefs, 49ers, Saints,
Yeah.
or Titans, or
Yeah.
whatever other team, he would be, if
I
not the
can hear
number
that.
one receiver. the
He'd
number
be a
two
focal
receiver.
Because
point.
92 yards a game, that's third in
That's
the
what-
league.
it's mad.
That's mad.
but can I just say, after that is Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a lot to say about that anyway. I have my
Matt Ryan
reservations.
is not a good
but
quarterback.
I reserve my comments on that. But can just off the top of that, do you think Mahomes can go to the Cleveland Browns and do the same thing he did? I don't think
With
so.
what?
Let me
with,
tell you
with
why.
the guys at Cleveland Browns.
Because
me
of the
tell-
style he plays, he
Let me
can't.
tell you why.
Yeah.
Let me tell you exactly why. Yeah.
Yeah.
On
that he
paper,
can.
On paper, I think
on
he can.
paper, Cleveland Browns have a better offensive line, number one receiver, number two receiver.
What then?
Potential
then the
number one
Chiefs.
running back.
Potential. Nick Chubb potentially is better
potential.
than.
But tight end is where actually and Joker's
Wait,
not
hold
bad,
on.
you know.
Wait.
Tight end.
Running back, yeah. The Browns running backs.
Yeah, Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
Chubb,
I'd say
yeah.
they're better than.
Is better than Kansas. I don't
Damian
even know who
Williams.
Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And
yeah.
tight ends.
And Joker's not bad.
Njoku's not bad, but he's been injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But I
I'd
guess
say
he's not
at the
Oscar,
moment.
They got
Travis
Oscar
Kelce
Hooper now
is
as
the
well.
best.
Is the best, yeah. So that's
the
the only
best.
thing that they need to work on, I guess, yeah.
Offensive line, Browns' offensive line is sick on paper. Yeah. If Mahomes went to Browns, yeah,
I'd rather go to the Colts.
Thank you very
and win
much.
the championship.
he wants to go Colts.
Because you know you're going to win the
Thank you very
championship.
much.
With who?
With Mahomes. If Mahomes goes to the Colts, he wins the championship.
Why would
If Mahomes
It becomes
stays
a
where he
dynasty.
is,
Wait,
It
if
becomes a
Mahomes-
dynasty.
If Mahomes stays where he is,
he
yeah,
wins the triple.
let's not forget Mahomes has started a 10 million, a 10-year, 500 million
I
pound
forgot
deal.
about that.
Yeah, let's not forget
Glasgow
that.
though,
There's a
anyway.
reason why he's getting paid, and I'm proud.
He
You
got
know
the check, man.
You know that one.
because he deserves it.
Yeah, 100%.
If Mahomes goes to, in fact, I think if Mahomes goes to any team, he's still lighting up.
No, I don't
Nah.
believe that.
I think so.
No.
I think
I
Mahomes
and especially
and
not
Russell.
Browns.
I think
There's-
Mahomes and Russell
no.
Wilson can go
And
to any
Russell
team.
Wilson, yes.
But Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and Tom Brady are the only three quarterbacks at the moment.
No, not
Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady.
No,
Let me tell you why Tom.
I agree why. And
Let me
I
tell you why
agree.
Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
Yeah, I agree with
Tom
this.
Let me tell you why Tom
know
Brady
exactly
can go
what
to
you're
any
gonna say,
team
and I agree.
in the NFL and light it up, because Tom Brady, yeah, is the GOAT. Tom,
Say the next point, 'cause I know what you're gonna say. Say it.
Tom Brady is the LeBron James and the Michael Jordan of the league. Tom Brady.
What?
Wait,
listen
wait, wait,
to
wait,
what I'm
wait,
saying.
wait.
Tom Brady has
We
been
gotta
in the
wrap up
league
in
for
a
long
minute, yeah.
enough to know every single play that everyone will won. Hence why Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with a butchered offense.
Thank you. I'm not a Pats fan. I'm a Colts fan, so this should never work.
When
But
Tom Brady won
he's
the Super Bowl,
played with average
yeah,
guys, man.
with against Rams and against the Falcons. Bear in mind when he won against
Football has changed, bro, man.
Bruv, honestly,
Football has changed,
even
man.
now.
So
even
Randy
now-
Moss was
whoa,
average.
Football has changed,
Randy
man.
Moss was average, yeah?
I'm not
Randy
talking
Moss
about
didn't.
then.
He didn't win
I
the
ain't
Super
talking
Bowl
about
with
then.
Randy Moss.
Oh, I thought they won the Super Bowl.
No,
I'm
he
talking
didn't
about
win
then.
the
I'm
Super
talking
Bowl
about
with
then.
Randy Moss.
Nah,
He
man,
won the
but
Super Bowl.
regardless-
Gronk is average, yeah?
Gronk is definitely out
Gronk
now.
is- I'm not
So
saying
who
Gronk-
else?
listen,
Edelman is average, yeah?
Edelman is a player. When he won the Super Bowl, yeah. Let me tell you who scored when he won the Super Bowl against.
McCourtney's average.
Listen to me.
no,
It's
Let
true
me
though.
tell
What
you-
you're saying is true.
Let me tell you who won the Super, whose receivers were when he won the Super Bowl against Falcons.
Yeah.
Malcolm Mitchell, who's no longer in the league. Danny Amendola.
Amendola, yeah, it's a lion.
He was
Julian
very
Edelman.
good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Amendola and Edelman were very good. Yeah.
Very good.
Danny Eldon.
Danny Amendola
Danny
and Julian
Amendola.
Edelman. Yeah.
What has he done at the Lions?
Yeah, he's a possession.
Come
guy
on,
for them.
man.
No, but no.
The
it's not.
Lions, really?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Lions are
That's what I'm
trash.
saying. Tom Brady makes
So
the players.
I agree with you. No, think about it though. For Tom Brady, for them to still get into the playoffs with the squad that they most recently had, they were they were plagued by injuries.
Watch now. And
They
this
were
is how
plagued
this
by
is how you know
injuries.
that
I know what you're going to say because now
No, because Tampa have got weapons as well, though.
Exactly.
I can't lie. We have to
Tampa's
wrap
got
up, man.
weapons.
We have to wrap up.
they had weapons. They had the same weapons last
I do
year.
know what you're going to say, but
had-
and
they
Winston obviously isn't as good a quarterback as Brady.
100%.
But
They led the league in passing yards.
I personally don't rate Winston.
How can you have 33 touchdowns and 33 interceptions?
Yeah, I personally don't rate Winston, man. But that's just my opinion.
I
Like.
didn't even
But
rate
yeah,
him.
man,
Such
this
a
one-
nice guy.
Even
Yes, he's a nice guy.
this topic
I
is
feel
like-
bad.
Even when he was at FSU doing.
Oh, bro, I don't want to see that. That was one of the worst things I've seen in my.
I remember when they played at
This
Oregon.
topic is one that you could talk about for a while because
Honestly.
at the end of the day, it's all like opinions because it's the players or the guys that made the list and it's all how they feel about different players. So that's that, man. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you watch
Lamar
all the
rate
other
number one, by
episodes.
the way.
We'll watch all the other episodes on YouTube and listen to all the other pods available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all your other major podcast platforms. Keep it locked and stay tuned. Peace.
30 interceptions.